the number one contender for the TNT title, Top Guys debut, and Mike Tyson and Chris Jericho go at it. I'm Joe from Broforce, and this is your AEW Dynamite review.
Hey, this is Angel Garza from WWE, and you are watching the Bro Force.
So we opened up the show with Private Party and Joey Janela versus the Young Bucks and version 1 Matt Hardy. So it seems before uh, the Bucks and Hardy come out, they have like a little backstage segment where Matt Hardy changes vessels, I guess, and Matt Hardy decided to be version 1 Matt Hardy for this particular match. I think that it was the Young Bucks suggestion, and I thought it was really cool because it seems like each version of Matt Hardy will have like his own theme song because he had a different theme song coming out this time. But this was a pretty solid opening match. Um, Mark Quinn went for a tope con hero with Isaiah Cassidy, but seemed to injure his knee or something, tweaked his knee, and it made it kind of into a handicap match. But it was all Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy in the ring until they were going at it for a couple minutes until the Young Bucks came in and finished it with more bang for your buck and took the win. But during the match, sometime they accidentally hit Butcher and the Blade, and then they started the Butcher and the Blade started attacking Young Bucks. So after the match, Matt Hardy was showing some respect and helped out Mark Quinn and helped him back to the backstage. And Butcher and the Blade come out and attack the Young Bucks. So as they're fighting, you hear an engine rev, as has been happening quite often in AEW. But then you see a car coming, and it's none other than Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, FTR. Is it Fear the Revolt? Is it Fuck the Rest? Is it? I mean, it could be many things. I think they said something about something FT Revolution. I forget what it said, but seems like there's a lot of things that FTR could stand for. But I can't put my finger on which one is the right one, you know? F the Revival? I don't know. That's not me. But the Revival, not the Revival. FTR, in my opinion, are the best tag team in the world right now. It goes FTR, Young Bucks, Undisputed Era. Right now. That's in my opinion. Alright? So, obviously, for years, we've been hinted at with FTR and Young Bucks. One day, they will wrestle and everybody will rejoice, says the Young Bucks and FTR. But you would think they would attack the Young Bucks, but that's not what happened. They stood right in front of the Young Bucks, and then they turned around and attacked Butcher and the Blade. And I think they hit the Blade with the Spike Piledriver, which is the Brainbuster's finisher. And then they hit them with the Shatter Machine, which I'm assuming they're still calling it the Shatter Machine. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they said it or not. But yeah, this was really, really cool. As I said, they are my favorite tag team. They're the best tag team in the world, in my humble opinion. And I'm really looking forward to when we get Young Bucks versus FTR. I got goosebumps watching this. I was so happy. Like, tear in my eye, alright? That's how cool this was. And it was obvious that they were going to come to AEW, but it was not obvious that it was going to be tonight. So that's what made it way more special. And then we moved on to Britt Baker. She came out and addressed everything that happened with her injury and stuff. And she was with Tony Schiavone, and they had like a little bunch of pieces of paper, and she was saying how all these people, she said Chris Statlander, Nyla Rose, even Aubrey Edwards, they were all the reason behind her injury, and they all have a part of it. And she said that she would be back for All Out. I don't know what she's going to do at All Out, but she said that the whole women's roster should be put on notice. And she had her own custom wheelchair, which was pretty cool. It said role model on the back because, Britt Baker is the role model. She's a wrestler. She's a dentist, and she's still showing up on TV. with an injury. Nothing can stop her. She's a true role model. And then we moved on to the first match for Hikaru Shida since winning the AEW Women's Champion. She faced Chrissy Jaynes, and this was actually pretty good. Uh, Chrissy Jaynes was very impressive. I think she was really good. She had a good showing, but this whole match was to make Hikaru Shida look good. But if Chrissy Jaynes had more matches, I would not mind because I actually really liked it. I thought she did really good. But so did Hikaru Shida, and there was nothing crazy that went on in this match. Just a nice wrestling match, but nothing went on after. Like you would expect, maybe someone would come out, get a feud set for Hikaru Shida, but nothing really. Hikaru Shida won with a Falcon Arrow, because nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow. But after that, we went on to Cody Rhodes being interviewed by Tony Schiavone in the ring. So, basically, to make a long story short, Cody said he is the Tom Brady of AEW. Alright? He said he wasn't the first one to get the call, he wasn't the second one, he wasn't the third. I think he said he was the fourth, actually. But, this is a small thing, but the way he holds the TNT title, it makes it feel so prestigious how they hold it for some reason. That's how everyone does it with the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the old school type of way that he likes, but I think you'll see it in the picture the way he's holding it. So, it's just my favorite way of how wrestlers hold the titles. It's so nice looking for some reason. It's just a small thing that I really like. But basically, he said he is going to defend the title every week. So he's going to have this crazy schedule. He's going to be a fighting champion. Every week, a new challenger. So kind of like John Cena's U.S. Open Challenge, but Cody Rhodes' TNT Open Challenge, I guess. But we'll get to his first TNT title defense soon. But after this, we went on to Brian Cage versus Lee Johnson. John Moxley was at commentary. And it was a squash match. Cage demolished Lee Johnson. And then Taz started talking some crap on Moxley, who was at commentary. And to my surprise, Mox did not go and try and fight him. I guess Brian Cage is just a different beast, so he doesn't want to go at him like that. But I'm really looking forward to this match. It's confirmed to be on Fyter Fest, which doesn't have a set date for it yet, but it's going to be sometime in the summer. I'm pretty sure it's going to be free like last year's Fyter Fest, but I wouldn't mind if they made it a reduced price or something for it. Not $60 though, because it's their smaller pay-per-view. But it's going to be really good. I'm surprised how fast they're throwing in Brian Cage to the main event scene, because he definitely deserves to be in the main event, but he was one of my favorite wrestlers not signed to WWE before AEW became a thing. It was him, Marty Scurll, and Pentagon Jr. Those were my three favorite. 2 out of 3 of those are in AEW right now. Maybe one day I'll get the third one. I don't know. I hope so. It was rumored that he was going to be in the Battle Royal, but he wasn't. But, yeah, I don't think Cage is going to beat Mox for the title. I think it's too soon for him, and it's too soon for Mox to lose the title. But I hope it doesn't go over, clean, because that's so early for Cage to lose. He's the machine. He's not a man, he's a machine. And he's going to lose this fast. I don't know how I feel about it. But, I think Darby Allin, I think he could have still won the ladder match and not have made Cage look weak after his first match, because it was a ladder match. Anybody could have won. But Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley would have been perfect for Fyter Fest. And this, I just think the Cage versus Moxley scenario is it's a weird thing to be in right now, because Cage just debuted and Mox is his title reign's still kind of new. But after this, we went on to SCU versus why am I blanking on his name? Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc. I couldn't think of his last name for some reason. But I don't know why. They might have explained it and I missed it. For some reason, this was a number 1 contenders match, and this was a pretty solid match. I do like the pairing of Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc. I think they do work well together. I'm not a Jimmy Havoc fan. I like Kip Sabian, but Kip and Havoc pulled off the upset. Okay, they pulled off the upset after Penelope interfered when they tried to hit SCU later. But then Kip and Havoc hit I think it was a drop kick and Michinoku driver combo on Scorpio Sky. I guess that's their tag finisher. But now next week we have uh, Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc versus Kenny Omega and Hangman Page for the AEW Tag Team Champions. I don't think they're going to win the tag titles. I think Best Friends will be the ones to take the titles off of them. I don't know why Best Friends are not here. It's kind of confusing. But, I mean, I did, when Trent was wrestling on Double or Nothing, I did feel like it wasn't the same. Maybe it was because his headband fell off. But it just, I don't know if he was really good, like, doing really good at selling, but he looked like he was hurt a little bit. So maybe that's why. Maybe one of them got hurt. But then we went on to the number one contender for the TNT Championship Battle Royal. The participants are as followed: MJF, Wardlow, Billy Gunn, Luther, Sonny Kiss, Marcus Stunt, Luchasaurus, Colt Cabana, Christopher Daniels, Jungle Boy, Brandon Cutler, Peter Avalon, and Orange Cassidy. Before the match, there was a little video of MJF and Wardlow. They were in the back, and MJF said, if they are the final two, Wardlow knows what to do. And all Wardlow said was, but he went to say something, and MJF screamed in his face, and he said it was just a rib. But Wardlow looked really mad at it. It looked like he was going to turn. And if they were the final two, I think he would have. But they were all coming out. Orange Cassidy was the last person to come out. And the match started while he was still doing his entrance because he was so slow. But he was attacked by Santana and Ortiz because he interrupted the backstage promo that they did early in the show, which is not much to talk about. But Orange Cassidy just walked in the background because, I mean, he wanted to. He's Orange Cassidy. He could do what he wants. Who's going to stop him? He's the unbeatable force, okay? But this was a pretty fun battle royal. The first eliminated was Luther, which, I mean, I think that's justified. Luther has done literally nothing. But, I think he should join the Dark Order, in my personal opinion. For some reason in my notes, I put down the whole order that everyone got eliminated. But I'm just going to talk about how, like, everything. I'm just going to talk about the important stuff, okay? So, Colt Cabana got eliminated. He was the third eliminated for some reason, which he should have been way later on. Colt Cabana versus Cody Rhodes for the TNT title, that would be an amazing match. But, he got eliminated, and the dude who advertises all the Dark Order stuff, he doesn't have a name, I don't think. And he's been on TV twice. He handed Colt a Dark Order paper that says joindarkorder.com. I joined Dark Order. Just thought I'd let you know. But, yeah, I hope he doesn't join Dark Order because Colt Cabana is not the type of person to join Dark Order. But the final four were MJF, Wardlow, Jungle Boy, and Orange Cassidy. At first, we thought it was just a final three because Orange Cassidy did not do anything in the match until these last people were in the match. But they were all fighting, and Jungle Boy threw out MJF, and then I think it was him and Orange Cassidy both threw out Wardlow. And then Jungle Boy and Orange Cassidy actually had like a solid showing at the end. But Jungle Boy did eliminate Orange Cassidy with a Hurricane Rana over the top rope. And Jungle Boy will be facing Cody Rhodes next week on Dynamite for the TNT Championship. And it will be the first ever TNT title match, which I'm kind of sad about because I was there live for the first ever AEW World Title match, the first ever AEW Women's Championship match, and the first ever AEW Tag Team title match. And I'm gonna miss the first ever TNT title match. Well, I shouldn't say first ever TNT title match. First ever TNT title defense. So I guess that sucks. I think Cody Rhodes should let me come. I think he should give me a little invite. But then we went on to the main event, which was the pep rally for the Inner Circle, even though they didn't win. But they had some, I think it was the Jacksonville cheerleaders but with Inner Circle shirts on. And Vicky Guerrero came out with, and her nameplate said, "Get your earplugs ready." And she was introducing all of the Inner Circle members. And when they all came out, they all had gifts for each other. The main gifts were Sammy gave everybody a participation trophy, and Sammy was on crutches, so Jericho didn't want Guevara looking like a loser, so he got him one of those scooters that you put your leg on, so you don't have to walk on it, and it said "Hit Me Up Mobile," so that's pretty cool. And Hager wrote a a poem for all the Inner Circle called "Happiness." And towards the end, he got very aggressive, saying he's gonna go to their house, the Elite's house, because he knows where they sleep at night, which was kind of crazy. They all told him to calm down. But Sammy asked Jericho what he really, really wants for what he wants them to give him. Jericho said he wanted Mike Tyson's head on a silver platter. Okay, he wanted it on a platter, but they didn't have Mike Tyson's head. They couldn't get that, so they had cheese and bubbly, empty bubbly, and barely any cheese, which was sad. And then Mike Tyson and his crew came out. There was a bunch of people with him. The most notable person with him was Henry Cejudo, who just retired from UFC. And Jericho was saying he didn't forget what Mike Tyson did to him on a Monday night on January something 1990 something. I don't remember the exact date, but they started fighting, and then a big brawl ensued, and it was chaos. It was the whole locker room cleared out. It was all Inner Circle versus Mike Tyson's people, and it was actually really crazy. It was such a good way to close the show. I don't know what they're building to here. I don't know if this was something just really random, or Mike Tyson's going to face Chris Jericho at All Out maybe. But I'm looking forward to see where they go with this and see if that was just like a one-off thing right there. But Dynamite was really good tonight. That's how it ended. Went off the air with all of the locker room coming out trying to break it up. But it was a very, very good show. This is probably one of the best shows of the year, I would say, in my opinion. But thank you all for watching my review. If you made it this far, subscribe. And we got a big project coming out. I think August 24th. It's huge. You guys are not going to want to miss this. It's going to change the landscape of the internet wrestling community. It's going to change the landscape of the YouTube wrestling community in general. It's going to change the world. All right, you guys are not ready for this. It's going to be crazy. So look out for that, August 24th. Thank you all for watching.